What if everything you know about being alive starts with something we don't fully understand? Something that no scientist, no philosopher, and no AI can completely explain: your consciousness. Today we go beyond logic to ask two of humanity's oldest questions. What is consciousness, and where does it begin? Consciousness is often described as the experience of awareness. It's the feeling of being you, looking out through your eyes, thinking your thoughts. But what that experience? We know the brain is involved, but how? Modern neuroscience can track brain activity. We can see which parts of the brain light up when we feel pain, love, or fear. But here's the problem: knowing how the brain functions isn't the same as knowing why we experience it. Why does electrical activity in our brain create the feeling of being alive? And why does anything feel like anything? This is called the hard problem of consciousness. And it's not just academic. It actually affects how we see ourselves, others, and even machines. So, when does consciousness begin? Some say it begins at birth, when our senses activate and we start interacting with the world. Others argue it begins much earlier, around 24 weeks into fetal development, when brain waves start resembling sleep cycles. The fetus can respond to light, sound, and touch. But does that mean it's conscious? And what about animals? Dogs dream, elephants grieve, octopuses solve puzzles and escape tanks. Are they conscious? And if they are, is their experience anything like ours? Maybe consciousness isn't an on-off switch. Maybe it's a spectrum, a gradual climb from basic awareness to deep self-reflection. That would mean even the simplest life forms might possess a primitive awareness. But where does that spectrum begin? In the brain? In the cell? In the atom? These questions aren't new. Back in the 1600s, philosopher René Descartes famously said, "I think, therefore I am." He believed the mind and body were separate. The body was physical, the mind was something else entirely. This idea became known as dualism. But in the 20th century, thinkers like Daniel Dennett argued consciousness is nothing more than brain processes. To him, the sense of self is an illusion, a story the brain creates to organize information. Then there's panpsychism, the notion that consciousness is a fundamental feature of the universe. It suggests even atoms might carry a tiny seed of experience. Not that rocks think, but maybe they feel in a way we cannot comprehend. Let that sink in. If panpsychism holds, then every particle may carry a spark of awareness. The universe might be conscious at its smallest levels. Some modern physicists like Roger Penrose propose consciousness may be rooted in quantum physics. They suggest that microtubules or quantum vibrations in neurons might generate awareness at a subatomic scale. If true, consciousness isn't just brain chemistry, it's something deeper, interwoven with the fabric of reality. And here comes another mind-bending idea, the receiver theory. What if the brain doesn't produce consciousness, but receives it? Like a radio picks up waves, not broadcasting but tuning in. That theory implies consciousness could be a universal field, accessible beyond our bodies, a signal beyond the skull. Modern research is trying to unravel this. Institutions like Stanford, MIT, and Oxford combine neuroscience, physics, and AI. They study brain patterns, meditation, even psychedelic therapies. This work may reshape how we define life, identity, and what it means to be aware. Perhaps consciousness is the question, and the answer. A mirror reflecting a mirror. An echo asking where it came from. We're not just asking, what is my mind? We're actually using the mind to question itself. That's, consciousness trying to understand consciousness. So, where does it begin? In the brain? In the womb? In the universe? Or maybe it never began at all. Maybe it has always been here, waiting for us to notice. Thanks for watching Beyond Logic. If this video sparked even a single question in your mind, then you're exactly where you need to be. Like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more journeys into the unknown. Stay curious. Until next time, think beyond. Beyond Logic, think beyond.